Hello everybody, thank you for stopping by this corner of the internet. My name is Nikki. I am an actress, a writer and an academic, and I'm really excited to announce that I am making my first ever short film with my production company. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, woo! So for those of you who don't know, for many years I have run a theatre company under the name of Aqua & Co, and it has been a real joy, and it's such a joy to run, and we've had some very successful productions, which is exciting. For a few years I've been doing some thinking into how could we expand the projects that we work on, and I'm really excited to be working on this short film. It is written by myself, co-produced by an amazing producer called Brittany Virginia, and directed by an incredible director by the name of Jolly Gosnell. So I wanted to jump on here and tell you a little bit about the project and also the ways in which that you can support if you would so like to, because obviously films need audiences, films need people to support, films need people who actually want to watch and support the film. So yeah, here's a little bit about it. So, Fruits is a faith-based film that is inspired by the story of Mary and Martha in the Bible. If you don't know the story, it pretty much goes that there are two sisters. One of them invites Jesus into her house, and she is like really stressed. She's stressed, running around, making dinner, all of these good things. Basically, Jesus tells her to sit down, relax. Her younger sister, who is seemingly not doing anything, has made the better decision. And it's very interesting because if you are a hyperproductive person, which I feel like I can fall into in a category, you kind of immediately go like, no, the person doing the most is doing the right thing, you know? And it's really like a story about rest. It's a story about divine connection. It's a story about presence as opposed to performance. And those are themes that I really resonate with, and those are themes that I think are really important in today's society of burnout and hustle culture or grind culture, where we feel like we need to perform, we need to constantly be doing something. And so I've taken that story, I've transposed it into a modern setting with some twists and surprises along the way. And so Fruits is a short film focusing and centering a British Jamaican family, essentially, who get together for dinner, and yet there are distractions and there are disagreements and there's intergenerational conflict, and it's like, how do we find presence to be with one another? And I think it also highlights the power of storytelling, because I don't want to, you know, give away the whole thing. It's a short film, but stories are something that do end up bonding this sort of community. So that is what Fruits is about. Really excited to be making it, and I'll put the mood board and things along the side here so that you can have a look and kind of get a sense of the vibes. It's quite something that I would super appreciate is that we have started crowdfunding for this short film. You need several experienced members on the creative team. So these are people like your directors, your first ADs, your first ACs, for example, cinematographers, sound and lighting, and all of these elements are very important in film. Not only that, but there are actor fees and, you know, sometimes transport costs and the costs of food on set, because if you don't know, shooting days tend to be very long. The amount of setup and set down time with equipment between scenes can take a very long time. So they do tend to be quite long days. The other thing that is quite important to mention as well is obviously film equipment and things like that. So film is quite an expensive medium. So in total transparency, I am funding myself from my own pockets, like a decent chunk of the film's budget. However, we're also doing a crowdfunder to support the additional costs, because post-production costs, which means editing of the film, the color grading of the film so it actually looks like a film, the sort of the sound and all of these elements, that's a whole separate other cost. So we're raising money that will help us go towards fees for performers and crew, but then also towards post-production as well. So we are aiming to raise £1,000 over the next 4 weeks. It's something important to mention that like the team are all so passionate about the story with their own experiences of like faith and these kinds of things. People are really going into this like with so much passion in their hearts. So if you would love to support me and the amazing people that I have on the team, please do click down on the link below. I'll have it in the description box. But also if you're interested in seeing a black cast on screen because I really wanted to prioritize sort of like black love and, like I said, a British Jamaican family. And I feel like sometimes these are dynamics we don't see very often on our screens, like positive stories rooted in presence and connection with black actors. I feel like I don't see very often. So if you're interested in seeing that, if you're just interested in supporting me and the wonderful team, I would so, like, genuinely so appreciate it. If you're able to donate anything, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you can share the word, we're really trying to get the word out there that we have launched this crowdfunder. So yeah, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions around the film, please comment them down below and I can answer them in a next video, because I would love to talk more about this film, obviously. Oh, also, very important to mention, I wrote the film and I am also performing in the film. I'm not the only performer, just wanted to mention I wrote it and I am performing in it. So if you'd like to support me, this would be like a fantastic way to do so. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.